friends. Today what we're going to do is we are going to make a city. Okay, so a city using warm colors and cold colors. Okay, let's see the supplies that we need. We need a paper, so I'm using the other half of the paper that we used from last week. So we cut the paper in two, right? So I'm using the other half. Then we need crayons. We are using watercolors. We need some water to paint with, and we need you can use black crayon. I'm using the black Sharpie. We are also going to use the our color wheel. Okay, so I'm going to put my color wheel up here, and then I'm going to make some space first here. So first let's talk about the warm colors. So we learned about warm colors in second grade, right? Warm colors are those colors that make you feel warm when you look at it, like that reminds you of something warm. What is something warm? Can you name something warm that you can think of right now? Fire. Yes, that's a good one. What else? Sun. Yes, sun, fire. Things. These are two things that comes to your mind when you think of something warm, right? So, what are the colors that is there in the sun? Usually, don't tell me the trace colors. Tell me the colors that the sun is like. The majority of the sun is like in even the fire. So both fire and sun, the major colors that you can see in them are red, yellow, and orange. Yes, of course, we can see traces of blue and purple and green in the fire. But we are talking about the major colors. So these are the major colors. Red, orange, and yellow are the major colors, and these are called the warm colors. Okay, warm colors. These colors are called, what is opposite of warm? Cold, right? So these are called the cold colors. And when you think of something cold like water, grass, things like that, what do you think? These are the colors that you use for those things. What is special about using warm and cold colors together is when you use warm colors, they tend to come forward. Will make the picture look like it's coming forward. While if you use cold colors, they may look like it's going backwards into the distance. Okay, so if you use these colors together, you can show that effect in the picture. Okay, so warm colors, cold colors. Okay, so now let's take our whiteboard or scrap paper, and then I'm going to first show you how to draw skyscrapers or tall buildings. Okay, first let's practice drawing some tall buildings, and then we will draw on the paper. On the paper you're going to draw not with pencil first. We are going to draw directly with using a crayon. Okay, so that's the reason why we are practicing it with the on a scrap paper or on a whiteboard. So can you see the bottom of my whiteboard? I'm like trying to push this in. So what we are going to do is I'm going to draw some lines, maybe 6 lines in different heights, different lengths. See, how many did I make? 4, 5, maybe 5. I'm out of space, so maybe we'll say 5 is the maximum and 4 is the minimum. Okay, so you can decide how many you are making. Either you can go up to 5 or minimum 4. Okay, after you have these lines in different lengths, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make a upside down V. Can you see that? So the upside down V, I'm going to make it look like it is spreading out. Usually V is this way. So upside down V should be like this, right? But I'm going to like make it look like something is sitting on top of the upside down V and it is like flattening. So it's like that, more of like this spread out V, okay? Got it? So far so good. Now let's do, maybe I can make some of the V's a little bit longer. Okay, some that, some. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to draw lines down from there to here. If you come across another line, you stop. So here I reached this line and then I'm stopping. Okay, now I'm going to start from this one. I'm going all the way down. Okay, there was nothing in its path, so I could go all the way down. So here, this one, I reached this one, I stopped. Now the next one, I'm going all the way down. Okay, there was nothing in its way. The next one here, it's almost touching. That's fine. Went all the way down. All the way down. So this one, do we see what happened? See? So what happened now is, can you see we have some tall buildings now, right? So next we need to add some windows to the building. So when you're drawing the windows, see that the lines match the top of the building. So this building's line is this way, top of the building. So this window also should be parallel to that. Do you know what parallel means? Parallel lines are like imitating the line, the other line. It would be just like the line above it, okay? And they don't meet. So I don't know a better way to explain parallel lines. So here I'm going, oh, let me show you a trick to do this. This would be, but this would erase this, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place something. If you have a ruler, you can keep a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you will put something, see, matching the crayon box, this side should match this line, okay? And then you're going to bring it down and then make the line. Then bring it down, make the line, bring it down. So this way we have so many parallel lines. So I'm going to use these to make the windows. Okay, now this building, I had to keep this slanting a little bit. I'm going down, making a parallel line. See, I'm just pushing it down. I'm not straightening the thing. When I move it, I have parallel lines and maybe long ones, long windows. Got it? So the same way you're going to make all the other lines. So here, oh, you have this, right? Maybe this will be easier to show. Like that. Another line, another line, another line, another line. If you want the windows closer, you should make more closer lines. See how I'm making the windows? So do that for the other two buildings also. I'm not doing it right now. We will move on to the next step. So one, I'm just making some quick windows. You can make some windows on either side, okay? So now this looks more like a building, right? Now what we are going to do is we are going to draw the sky. So the sky, we are going to make the sun. So you can either start from this corner or this corner. It's up to you. So what you do is you make half a circle here from this corner to this one, and then you're going to make some lines like this. So when you reach a building, you're going to stop, okay? Again, you're going to make parallel lines. Parallel lines, as I said, are imitating the line above that. Okay, so this one should be imitating, this one that I'm drawing should be imitating this line. And when I reach another line, I stop. Okay, so maybe I can jump. There is a space here, and then I'm done. So this is what we're going to draw. So hope you guys learned how to draw this. If you want, what you can do is redo this again before you start drawing on the paper. Okay, so let's see. So you can go back, watch the video how it is done, do this along with me, and then we'll do it on the paper together. Okay, so now let's draw the buildings on the paper. So the paper, we are going to put it in the portrait style. Portrait style, we don't want a lot. You can draw it this way, but I want tall buildings, so that's the reason I'm putting it in the portrait style. So first thing, let me see. First, let me draw the lines and see how many will fit in this one. We decided to draw 5 or 4 on that, right? Let me see how many will fit in here. So I'm going to start with one long line. So you don't have to use a ruler for this one, okay? But if you think you need one, you can use, but I don't see a need to make a ruler because it's not, it is okay. Even you can practice drawing some straight lines. You have already got to practice drawing lines on the other white board or white on a paper, right? So you'll be fine. So 1, 2, a little bit taller than this one, 2, maybe 3, 4. So I got 4 buildings. So you can decide. If you make 5, I think it will be a little bit skinnier. Okay, so it's up to you. You can make maximum 5 or you can make less than that. Okay, 4 is the minimum, 5 is the maximum. So now next is we need to make the upside down V's, more like a flattened upside down V's. Again, the V's don't have to be the same width. You can have some skinny small V's. Okay, so I'm done with that. Next, what I'm going to do is maybe I'll go all the way to the edge. So this one all to this. Now I'm going to start drawing the lines. So in case you touch another, when you reach another line, you need to stop. Okay, so keep that in mind. I didn't have any things stopping me from going further, so I went all the way down. This one I need to stop. Here I can go all the way down. This one I can go all the way down. Maybe I'll make it till here. Maybe yeah. So we are done with the buildings. Now what I'm going to do is, maybe I can draw another building here. I can fit so this is, so I don't want a space in between the buildings, so that's why I'm drawing another one here. So it'll look like this is behind this one, right? Okay, so now let's draw the windows. So I'm going to make those lines. I'm going to connect it with these lines. Now make this side match this side of the building. Going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 lines makes 3 windows, right? Match this again, push it down. So I was wondering, maybe I should make some other type of windows. Maybe this one I'm going to make a circular shaped window. So for that, I don't have to match the top. Okay, now this one, I'm going to make more of a longer windows. So we can add some windows to this side also. You can do the same thing. This I'm just mimicking this one here, not using the thing. Okay, so we have all the windows done, and now we need to make the sun, the sky. So last time I showed you on this side, this time I'm going to do it on this side. So like that. Now mimic the same line. When you reach a line, you stop, and then you can jump to the other side and then continue. Stop. There is a building here, there is no place to continue, so I'm going to start another one. See, so we are done with the sky. So now let's see how we are going to paint this. Okay, so you guys have water, right? Oh, before painting, we'll do one more thing. You're going to take your crayons, and then you can color the windows white. Okay, so I'm going to take the white crayon. Maybe some windows can be black. It's up to you. So I'm just coloring inside this windows with white. So I'm going to take this one. Maybe this window is closed, like no light inside. Nobody's there in this room. So I'm going to color some black random. I had colored that white already. So the rest I'm going to color the rest with white. Just checking whether I colored all these. You can feel it. Yeah, so I think I covered all the windows. I'm going to put this away. Now let's see how we color this. I'm going to take the watercolors. So I'm going to open this up. This, you don't have to keep this. You can just put it away. And then you're going to take your brush. So be careful when you're using the brush, okay? The brush, you guys have been painting from TK onwards, right? So you should be knowing how to hold the brush, but I'm just going to quickly go over the rules of holding the brush and using the brush in case you forgot, okay? So this is the part that you use this for painting, right? So, and this is made of hair. Okay, sometimes it is synthetic, it is made of artificial thing, or sometimes it's made of like natural things, like even squirrel hair and things like that. Okay, so the more you touch this, it's going to get messy. So what happens is the brush doesn't like having a messy hair. If somebody messes this brush's hair, so this Mr. Brush, what he does is he will mess your art. He doesn't like messing his hair. So if somebody messes with his hair, he will mess your art. So you are not going to play around with his hair. Okay, so let's respect his hair, and he will do a good work for you. Okay, and this part is we call it the danger zone. Do you remember that? So the reason why it's called the danger zone is if you put your fingers in on the danger part, on the danger zone, your fingers are in danger of something. Can you guess what is it? Yes, your fingers are going to get paint on it. We don't want that. If you get paint on it, you're going to get the paint on all the things that you touch. So you will always keep in mind to put your fingers on the handle of the brush. The handle is this, just above the metal part. You're going to put your fingers, and you're going to hold your brush like you hold your pencil. Okay, if you are a person who draw or write with the right hand, you will be using your right hand to hold the brush, and then you'll use it like this. Is this the way to hold the brush? Do you think this is the right way to hold the brush? No, this is not how you hold the brush. Do you hold the brush this way? This is for holding a different kind of brush. This is when you brush your teeth. This is how you hold your brush, toothbrush, not your painting brush. So this is the right way, my friends. So I'm not there to check on you guys how you are holding the brush. So I want you guys to stop in between, like after each step or after each section you paint, check whether you're holding your brush in the right way. Got it? Okay, I know you guys are going to do that. Okay, so next what we'll do is these paints. So these are in the rainbow order, and we have the warm colors together and the cold colors together. We are not using brown or black today. Okay, so these watercolor paints are like super dry. They are it's not, we need to wake up these colors. Okay, so how do you wake someone up? You can try calling the person. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. This color, it's us sleeping, deep sleep. So maybe what we should do is we'll take some water. Watch what I'm doing, okay? I'm dipping my brush in the water. I'm putting like 3 drops of water in each of the colors that I need. So I need all the 3 warm colors. So I'm putting 3 drops in my red, orange and yellow. Okay, and then in my green, blue and purple. 3 drops. So it's like when somebody is sleeping, and if they're not waking up, you just sprinkle some water on them, right? We are trying to wake up these colors. Don't try doing that, okay? I'm just joking. This is not, the person who's sleeping wouldn't be like happy when somebody puts water on that person. So don't try that. Now, are the colors wide awake? I don't think so. So what we're going to do is we are going to tickle the colors, okay? So when you're tickling, see that you are not messing the Mr. Brush's hair, okay? So we are being gentle, and then we are swirling our brush lightly. Am I splashing the paint all over? No, just enough. So now we are going to take yellow, think the yellow is wide awake. So you can have yellow for the sun, or you can put orange there, and then these sections we are going to put yellow, red, and this thing, or you can come up with a pattern. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put red over here. Okay, so maybe any of these parts I can put yellow. So I'm going to put yellow here. So I'm going to make a fence so that my colors don't go to the other. So you guys did this with the crayons, right? Did you guys do all this with the crayons? That's what I said in the beginning, right? Did you remember when you did that, or did you guys do this all with the pencil? If you did all this with pencil, before you start painting, you have to go and then make all the lines with the crayons right now. Okay, otherwise it's not going to stand out. So I'm going to swirl my brush and then come back, and then we'll start painting. Pause the video, go back and outline everything with crayons, black crayon, and then come back. So I'm going to skip, and then I'm going to paint this yellow, making a fence. I don't want to go. So because you guys used a crayon, it'll be easy. The color is not going to go to the next section. Okay. But still, it's be a good idea to make a fence. I'm going to make the next one. So in case your brush is dry, you will dip it in water and then swirl one more time so that you get nice bright color. Sometimes the hair of the brush is going to fall off, just like our hair. Sometimes it falls, right? So it is okay, but not more than one. If more than, like, if all the hair falls off, then you won't have a brush to paint with, right? Then you'll have to use your toothbrush. Don't use your toothbrush to paint, okay? Okay. So I'm done with this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take orange next, because orange is a color that you make by mixing red and yellow. It is okay. You don't even have to wash your brush when you're taking orange. Okay. So I'm going to swirl in orange. I'm not letting the color outside this pan. Okay. I'm going to take orange. I'm going to put it here. See that you don't put like you're just gently painting. You are not scrubbing paint on the paper. Okay, just gentle, be gentle, otherwise the paper is, and don't put too much paint on the paper. Don't put too much water on the paper. What's going to happen is it's going to rip. So you guys need to be careful with the watercolors, because usually we use more of tempera paint in school, right? So tempera paint has already water mixed in it, so it is easy for you guys to paint with it. These colors are a little bit more tricky to paint with, but you guys are big enough. You know how to do this. All you need to do is don't put too much water. Just the 3 drops of water that I showed, that will be pretty enough. Okay, so each one I'm just jumping on to the next. Once my brush is super dry, I'm taking a little sip of water from this. I'm not sipping the water, the brush is sipping the water. Okay. So we are almost done. Make the fence and then fill in, and then try to paint in the same direction. If there is any white areas that needs to be painted, go ahead, paint that also. Now I'm going to go to red. Again, I don't have to wash my brush right now because red is orange already has red in it. But if you're going to take blue, then it will not work. Okay, so if you're going in the same order that I'm showing, you'll be fine. So I'm taking red and putting it for the sun. It's like a very hot day. The sun is super hot. That's why it is red in color. You could have used red in some of these places also. Okay, now we are done. Maybe, yeah. Oh, I missed this one. So because this is yellow, I need to wash my brush. So let me show you how to wash your brush. So when you're washing a brush, it is like, pretend that this is a broom and you're sweeping the floor. So when you're sweeping, what do? You should be touching the floor with the broom, right? So the same thing should be done here. The brush, the hairy part of the brush, the bristles should be touching the floor of the, you're going up and down. Okay, again be careful not to mess Mr. Brush. Don't mess his hair. I'm going to wipe him clean and then I'm going to go back to yellow. My brush is clean and I'm not mixing up the colors here. See that? Okay, so I'm done with yellow. Now I'm going to start coloring the buildings. So here I'm not washing my brush because again green is a color you get by mixing blue and yellow together. So this will be fine. So I'm just swirling. So by now, because the water has been sitting on the paint has become like super. It has become nice and it's going to paint well, unlike this where we had to swirl in. Okay, so you don't have to swirl in this time. I'm going to paint one building at a time. I'm going to make a fence. I'm going to paint along the building, the lines first, going all the way down. Because it had a little bit of yellow in it, it is looking lime green. Just getting dry and putting some water. So because we we colored the windows with crayon, see what happens. The wax in the crayon is pushing away the water because water and crayons don't mix together. So if you want, you can, so there are so many buildings, right? We have only 3 cold colors to color all these buildings. So it's up to you. If you want to paint, you can paint more than one building the same color. So I'm going to paint this one green. So go along the lines first, make a fence, don't forget that. Each time my brush grows dry, I'm dipping in the water. Nobody likes to paint with a dry brush, right? You don't want to make the brush dry, so dip it in the water. So green, I'm happy with green. Now I'm going to move on to blue. I'm going to lightly wash my brush and I'm going to take blue. I'm swirling a little bit and then I'm going to take blue. Maybe this building can be blue. Dip it in water, spread the colors out. These brushes are like smaller size than the ones that we use in school, so it's going to take a lot more time. That's why we are using a smaller paper also. Otherwise you're going to sit here and paint the whole day. Usually they used to come with bigger brushes, but I don't know, this year the brushes are small. If there is excess paint, just pull it down. Do you think we should have one more building with blue? I think we can have one more building with blue. So I'm going to paint this one blue. Dip in water, dry. Okay, again, you guys, are you guys checking whether you're holding the brush in the right way? I hope so, right? So please check for me, because I can't be there and I cannot see you, right? I'm here, my house. You guys are in your house. So you guys need to check for me. You are my eyes today. Okay? And you're my voice. You are going to remind yourself. Hold the brush in the right way, not on the danger part. Hold it like a paintbrush, not like a toothbrush. Okay, here I'm taking purple now. And then we are painting. Oh, this is a beautiful color. So we are done with this. This is almost dry. What I feel is, I feel like going back and then putting some red lines on top of the yellow. So let's do that. I hope the yellow is dry by now. Okay, just the tip of your brush. Maybe you can put the brush paper sideways. Just the tip. Not too much water this time, guys. Okay, maybe I can make this red a little bit more darker. I'm going to give it one more layer. So we are done for today. Oh, maybe should we put some dots in this one? Make it a little bit more fancy. Spread the dots. If it is still wet, don't do this, okay? Because it's going to spread. Mine is almost dry, so only the tip. Little bit more water, only the tip. Oh, we forgot one thing. We forgot to write our name before painting. So I hope it is dry enough so that I can sign my name. So you guys, I think it's still wet, so let me see if I can sign. Or you guys can wait for this to dry and then sign your name. Okay, I think we better do it that way. Okay, so sign your name or write your name like last time on the bottom right corner like this. Room number, no, the grade and your room number. Okay, and then I want you guys to take a picture of this and email me that in the email address that I'm going to put it in the end of the video. Okay, and then what I want you guys to do now is you guys should put all the supplies back in the envelope, and you guys don't put the watercolors back right now, because can you see there is still water in here, and if you close it right now, what's going to happen is it's going to get moldy. So we don't want that to happen. So you're going to leave this open for some time and wash your brush, put the brush back, sweep the floor of your container, and then wipe it. See that? See, this was how our brush looked when we started, right? The hair looks the same. We haven't messed it up. So we can put that where it was and then leave it to dry and then close it and then put it back in the envelope. Okay, and if your table is wet or you have paint on it, wipe it clean too. Okay, so till we meet next time, bye bye.